What's up, y'all? Forward Fabian, and we're back again with a video, man. We're doing a reaction to Department of Homeland Security identifies ICE raid leakers. Senator Rick Scott calls for action, man. We're going to go ahead and tap in and tune into this. Comment down below additional thoughts and feedback. Let's go.
Department of Homeland Security Secretary Kristi Noem exclusively telling Fox News she is taking action after identifying 2 internal leakers within the agency.
Wow.
We have identified 2 leakers of information here at the Department of Homeland Security who have been telling individuals about our operations and putting law enforcement lives in jeopardy. We plan to prosecute these 2 individuals and hold them accountable for what they've done. And we're going to continue to do all that we can to keep America safe.
Florida Senator and member of the Homeland Security Committee, Rick Scott, joins us now. Senator Scott, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How important is it?
Bro already shaking his head. You see him? He just straight disappointed. Look.
Safe.
Florida Senator and member of the Homeland Security Committee, Rick Scott, joins us now. Senator Scott, thank you so much for joining us this morning. How important is it that DHS go after, and other agencies for that matter, go after these leakers inside federal government agencies that are undermining the administration's effort to make arrests and deport criminal aliens?
Dude, look.
Very important. Number one, Trump 47 is going to be known for 3 things: common sense, accountability, and transparency. And so what Kristi Noem is doing here is saying, who in the right mind wants to keep criminals in this country, and why would somebody at Homeland Security want to help criminals that are killing American citizens? I mean, we just watched, Laken Riley's parents the other day. I mean, who in their right mind? So she's going to hold people accountable. I've been in the Senate 6 years. There has been no accountability. This is what's going to happen now. There's going to be accountability all across this country. If you're illegal, you don't have a right to be in this country. You don't have a right. Come in here legally. I like legal immigration. If we need to work on our legal immigration system, the Democrats should help us. But this...
I can only imagine the reasoning behind why internally people are leaking or giving tips and heads up to these migrants, the criminal migrants, as far as where ICE is going to hit next is due to there's some connection or relation, right? Think about it. What if you had family who came over illegally, and this is just me assuming and possibly painting a picture, and you just wanted to keep them in the loop in terms of when they could be raided or when XYZ could happen to them? That's the only logic or sense that I could have behind it. Outside of that, it's just, our country, our systems and policies, our government, everything's conspiracy. So there could be some underlying things tied into personal or self-sabotage as well. I wouldn't even put that past it.
This idea that we want criminals and terrorists and narco traffickers, we want more drugs, and these Democrats want to defend it. The Democrats are being known for exactly what the American public don't want.
Right.
The American public want transparency and accountability.
And of course, if you're an employee working for the federal government, working for the executive branch, and you're thwarting the efforts of the executive branch, you probably should no longer be working for the federal government. But it's funny, we're in this upside-down world where you have people behaving like this. You have Democrats today who are weighing the idea of a government shutdown in order to protest the cuts being made by DOJ. I mean, talk about lost in the wilderness.
They are lost. Everybody comes into my office every week and asks for more money. And here's what I explain to them. We've had a 2% increase in population in the last 5 years and a 53% increase in spending. We are spending $2 trillion more than we take in. Inflation will not go away.
Young Musk, that boy's being prepped to take over SpaceX. Look at Donald Trump over here. He's like, that's my dog Elon. That's my guy. That boy grinning ear to ear.
We are spending $2 trillion more than we take in. Inflation will not go away, and interest rates will not come down until we balance our budget. And there is so much waste. Thank God for what Elon Musk and his team are doing. They're showing this massive, just complete waste, and exactly what the American public has seen. And the average person says, it's like, I don't spend my money like this. I would not spend my money like this. We had a hearing the other day, and I asked two people that are supportive of foreign aid. I said, okay, so I have to go back to Florida and explain, what does a citizen of Florida get for this foreign aid? Right. They couldn't do it. They could not explain what an American citizen gets out of this foreign aid. I'm sure there's something that's good that's there, but they couldn't explain it. That's exactly the problem we've got. Our government is unexplainable now.
Right. So obviously, people are applauding what they're seeing out of the executive branch, but there's still a lot that the legislative branch can do from your end. What are some of the things that you're looking?
My thing is, this is funny, man. A lot of this stuff is a facade. I don't think. This is my thing, man. There's an extent of transparency, but there's not. The veil hasn't been completely removed. He's talking about, the American people wanted accountability and transparency. Sure, but the powers that exist, the powers that be, have wisdom and understanding that you can't give people full transparency. That's like the heads of a company don't give employees full transparency. Not to relate us to employees, but think about it. A lot of people, it's like a father or a parent that hides the ill will or the bad things from the child so the child doesn't have to. They're not equipped for it. They can't handle it. It's the same with the government, man. They're not going to be fully transparent with the people because the people aren't in a position to actually make moves. Of course, everybody use your voice and you can create change, but you're not in the power positions to make these particular choices and run the country is my thing. That's why we have the government. Like the government from a person who's just naturally living in society and has a say-so and has a vote as an American citizen is different from somebody who's within Congress or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Actually passing laws, rules, programs, things of the sort. It's not the same. But it's this vague term of we're like, people try to paint this picture like it's that transparent and it's not, bro. It's never been. You know how many government secrets exist? Not to say it's applicable to this, but think about that. Nothing will truly be transparent for an average American citizen. Because what are you going to do with that information? Like, you're not going to do nothing with it except spaz out.
Looking at, from a congressional standpoint, to buttress these cuts and make them permanent?
Well, number one, we've got to balance the budget.
Yeah.
Number two is everything that Elon Musk and his team are finding and agency heads are finding, we've got to take a rescission package from the White House and we've got to pass it to eliminate the spending. So we've got the opportunity this coming week. If we don't come up with a continuing resolution, then we're going to have government shut down on Friday. I know many Democrats are saying they want government shutdown. I don't want government shutdown. Right. I want accountability. I want a balanced budget. I balanced the budget in Florida. Florida had not balanced its budgets. Most states don't balance the budget. They just keep borrowing money like the federal government. I balance it every year by doing exactly what Elon Musk is doing. Guess what? We went line by line, like you probably do with your credit card. You look through there and say,
cut costs.
I didn't.
This is my thing, that you can't satisfy and please everybody, bruh. But if there's a plan or a strategy to cut costs, you have to put it in a logical manner to at least affects the country, or at least affects the people, because the people are the ones who are gonna complain. But that's the thing, you can't satisfy everyone. That's why we have two different parties, because the left see it one way, the right see it a different way. So that's why I don't get it. Like, okay, Donald Trump is making accurate choices in terms of, or just being able to cut costs in general is the smart thing to do. But people are going to be sticklers over what programs you're cutting, how it affects them personally. So this is why politics piss me off, because
I didn't spend
I'll
this.
Leave it there.
And every family in America
I didn't buy
does.
this.
Right, exactly. So
everybody does it.
And I want to get to this one final thing with you. I know that you're on the cutting edge of wanting to lock the clocks and end daylight savings time forever. So why do we need to lock the clocks and end daylight savings time?
Well, first off, in Florida, we like our sunshine. We love being out on the beach. We love
The
being
gunshine
playing
state.
sports. We love all these things. And people are just sick and tired of going back and forth twice a year. You change the clock. So they're tired of it. When I was governor, I passed a bill that if the federal government allowed us, we were going to stay on daylight savings time. I have a federal bill, Sunshine Protection Act, would say we'll stay on daylight savings time. President Trump has been supportive of locking the clock, and I hope we can get it done quickly so we stop this constantly going back and forth every few months.
Although he kind of punted the other day when he said, I don't know, it's a 50-50 issue. And I think he's really gotten so used to his 80-20 issues that a 50-50 issue doesn't even get him out of bed in the morning. But thank you so much, Senator Rick Scott, for joining us.
He's like, yeah, whatever, bro.
Constantly going back and forth every few months.
Although he kind of punted the other day when he said, I don't know, it's a 50-50 issue.
Uh-oh, Fox News.
What they get
right.
for this 4 and 8.
Right.
They couldn't do it. Government is unexplainable now.
Right. So obviously,
then we're going to have government shut down. They just don't balance the budget. They just keep borrowing money like the federal government. I balance it every year by doing exactly what Elon Musk is doing. Guess what? We went line by line, like you probably do with your credit card. You look through there and say, hey, I didn't spend this. I didn't
every family in America
I didn't buy
does.
this.
Right, exactly. So
everybody does it.
And I want to get to this one final thing with you. I know that you're on the cutting edge of wanting to lock the clocks and end daylight savings time forever. So why do we need to lock the clocks and end daylight savings time?
Well, first off, in Florida, we like our sunshine. We love being out on the beach. We love playing sports. We love all these things. And people are just sick and tired of going back and forth twice a year. You change the clock.
I ain't gonna lie, that did piss me off this more recent time. I was like, why? It made me really think about it. And I've never thought about daylight savings time this hard, ever. I agree with him there. But for us to appease one state, who cares? Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, we're in Florida. We love our sunshine, bro. Okay. Like, how about all the other states? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I'm saying. As a politician, everything that would come out of my mouth in terms of any change that I wanted to inflict in the country or have actually become would be applicable to the greater good of the people, not because I'm here and I'm in this state and we what about us, everybody? You know what I'm saying? Like,
so they're tired of it. When I was governor, I passed a bill that if the federal government allowed us, we were going to stay on daylight savings time. I have a federal bill, Sunshine Protection Act, would say we'll stay on daylight savings time. President Trump has been supportive of locking the clock, and I hope we can get it done quickly so we stop this constantly going back and forth every few months.
I ain't lying, man. It kind of do piss me off. But my point is, man, like, you only reference Florida. How do other people feel about it? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, anyways, comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on that, man. It seems like there's a lot going on. I don't know, man. The greatest peace you can find in life is through Christ Jesus, through the Lord. I always got to reference God, our Father in heaven, because this world is fleeting. Don't let the minuscule perspectives of politics and politicians and how you're going to survive and eat and what does your future look like affect your outlook and your faith and belief system. God created, God provide, He will provide, and that's the end all be all. He sets the narrative and the tone, not men of the world. You know what I'm saying? All the men of the world are doing is bunching it up, crunching it up, making it, deteriorating it faster than necessary because we think with an earthly perspective. So with that being said, man, that's why I don't really like to jump too much in these conversations, but they are interesting from a humanity standpoint. It's about the people, man. And like I said, everything that I would be for would be for the greater good, not particular to me. So that's why it can be tough, but you know what? Instead of a leftist, rightist, they need to have the middleists. You know what I'm saying? And I think people don't even like the middleists because what are they like? The more egalitarian, so to speak. So with that being said, it's you can just throw your hands up some days and just not even care about it all. You know what I'm saying? So everybody stay blessed, man. Peace, love, prosperity. I pray the goodness, grace, and mercy of Jesus Christ touches every single one of y'all, man. It's bigger than the problems of the world. You know what I'm saying? So it's all in love, faith, and encouragement. We out.